Hi everyone, we're Heaven's Basement at High Voltage 2011. We're looking forward to the Classic Rock Roll of Honour Awards. And sorry, I must have got time.
It just Roll of Honours off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a bit of a mouthful, that. Anyway, yeah, we're looking forward to the Classic Rock Awards later this year. Good times. Classic Rock, you know, we've all got our influences in the genre, mixed in with a lot of other stuff. If you guys want to.
I think you're doing so well on your own, mate. Yeah. To be fair, we wouldn't really be around without that kind of band because we are heavily influenced by that genre. So it's really important to us that well, the magazine keeps flying the flag for that kind of music because we want to give it a fresh new face.
That's it. That's the plan.
Why do you think classic rock as a genre, I mean it's a very broad genre, why do you think classic rock is so enduring? Why is it lasting so much?
Because the fan base is committed, you know, like the fan base never goes away. It's not like a scene, there's a lot of scenes that come and go these days and stuff, you know, we're not really part of that and we don't really care about scenes, you know, we do our thing. And you see festivals like this, everyone still turns out for the bands that are not in the mainstream. You know, we kind of relate to that, and our audience relates to us as a, not as an outcast, but you know, we belong on the outside of scenes and things like that, and you know, we're happy with that.
It always seems as if it doesn't matter what modern scene or type of band like comes these days, they all have got one thing that they look back to, and it is a lot of classic rock, like a lot of the players and vocalists as well, like we all look back. It's because that's where it all started, and that's where people got it right. Yeah, they got it down. Every scene that's come since, there's been people getting bored of it and trying to change something new and go, let's do this instead, let's do this instead, we're newer, let's do this instead, but it's never as good. Like
The bar was set a long time ago and it's not quite been reached in my eyes.
For example, the gentleman over there with the Led Zeppelin shirt on. Yeah, they did alright for themselves.
So you talk about looking back to go forward, so apart from yourselves who have been mentioned by many artists we've been talking to about the future of classic rock, apart from yourselves, who's the future of classic rock?
Heaven's Basement. The thing is, it's a weird thing. I don't think you can have a future of classic rock because classic rock is what was, and it's only going to be a knockoff that does it, and you've got to be. I don't think it can be labelled as classic rock because what's classic about it? You've got to earn your stripes to be called classic.
Yeah, obviously, you know, there's bands with a sound that have got the influences of the classic rock bands in there, but we don't really refer to ourselves as a classic rock band. We relate back to those bands, but you know, we're trying to do something that's not really been done before. It's not like we watch a video of a band and go, we need to copy that, that's what we need to do. We want to be ourselves, and I think, you know, it'll take a few bands to get on the same mentality about that, really, to move forward.
I mean, like a lot of the bands we've toured with, whether how modern or new metal or anything they are, they're good elements are based in that kind of music, like Airborne, Blackstone Cherry, Buck Cherry, Papa Roach to an extent. Do you know what I mean? What's good about them is the stuff that's what's good about classic rock. So it doesn't matter what you're labelled, as long as it's good, you'll normally find it rooted somewhere from old years gone by.
That's why we've done a lot of touring the last 2 years, and it's literally gone from opening for bands like Papa Roach and Shinedown to opening for more classic rock bands like Thunder, Blackstone Cherry to a certain extent. We've done shows with Tesla in Germany, and it's always worked out amazing for us. You know, we've always done really well on any kind of bill we've been on.
I think it'll be interesting to look back 20 years from now and see who is looked at as a classic rock band. That, I think, is where the answer is. Yeah, because it's quite broad, isn't it? Like, when people go, they're a classic rock band, they're a classic rock band, but they sound completely different to each other. That's my beef with the whole genre.
Well, classic rock as a genre is so wide.
Yeah.
So, you know, but here's a curveball question. Look at bands like The Prodigy, Muse, Faithless even, are now almost coming into the classic rock bracket. What do you think of that?
Awesome,
I don't think they are. I just think they're quality, and that's people go, you're as good as these kind of bands. Yeah, what that means.
Like they can all go and play festivals like Download now and Sonosphere, and a few years ago that wouldn't have happened. So you know, it's a good thing all around.
I see classic rock as a term as this is good, and that's what it means to me. It doesn't really matter. As a Prodigy sound nothing like Pink Floyd, but if you put them in the same, it just means that they're good. They can headline. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd say.
Could be a good answer. Finally, what's on the radar? What's coming up for Heaven's Basement in the next few months?
We're gonna focus on getting an album done now. We've been going since February 2008, and since then it's been pretty much constant on the road. This year's been a bit different. We had a few line changes, but that's all settled now. So our goal is to get an album done, and hopefully get that out in the spring next year. That's the plan.
Would you say Metallica are a classic rock band? Yeah. See, you're right. They're a metal band.
Yeah, well, but
that's my point. It's so wide.
It's crossing. Certain bands cross genres as well. Do you know what I mean? Heavy metal, classic rock. They fit into all those categories.
Good. I think that's what it is. It's like a stamp of approval. I think.
Yeah.
Well, you asked your own question there. What is classic rock?
Yeah. There's loads of bands you can class it. It's just. I think it's just a stamp of. Yeah. That's solid.
I like it, that stamp of goodness.
Yeah, it is.
A stamp of approval. Yes.
Okay, brilliant. So, final thing, guys. You've written some amazing songs, which I would consider as classic rock. Songs.
Yeah.
How do you know when you've written a classic rock?
The best songs we kind of, that we come up with sometimes is when they come up quite fast. We're in a room jamming, the song will happen very, very quickly, and we'll all be on the same page. We'll be jamming it. Everyone will know where it's going. That's what gets us off on playing together.
For me, it's those are the ones that normally, as soon as you step on stage, if you go, this is gonna kick off, that's when you've written a good song. I mean, for us, it's all about live. We're not too fussed about, oh, this is really good for radio play. It's not really about that for us. It's about, do we feel good playing this on stage? That's what it is for us.
Excellent. Well, all the best for everything, and
thanks,
we'll see you at the Classic Rock Awards either this year, next year, or in 20 years' time.
Yeah, we'll become a classic rock band in 30 years' time.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Thanks a lot, guys.